Um, this is Austin here with the LS Kennedy Report. Last time we took a look at RE1's files, and now we're going to do RE2. And the EX files may be added at a later date for either this video or for in between 2 and 3. Now, a little backstory. RE2 is my favorite game of all time. It's a masterpiece, and Capcom should feel guilty for even thinking this game shouldn't have been re-released. It's a blessing we even got this. I mean, the port, it's as low effort as it could be, I guess, but you know, it's still better than, even with RE3, they're still finding ways to ruin that game. The audio mixing in that port is absolutely god-awful. But, moving on, let's see what this game has in store. Secretary's Diary A, April 6th. I accidentally moved one of the stone statues on the second floor. When I leaned against it, when the chief found out about it, he was furious. I swear the guy nearly bit my head off, screaming at me never to touch the statue again. If it's so important, then maybe he shouldn't have put it out in the open like that. April 7th. I've heard that all the art pieces from the chief's collection are rare items, literally worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. I don't know which is the bigger mystery, where he finds those tacky things, or where he gets the money to pay for them. May 10th. I wasn't surprised to see the chief come in today with yet another large picture frame in his hands. This time it was a really disturbing painting depicting a nude person being hanged. I was appalled by the expression on the chief's face as he leered at that painting. Why anyone would consider something like that to be a work of art is beyond my comprehension. Police Memorandum 8/23/1998. This letter is just to inform everyone about the recent movement of equipment that has happened during the precinct's rearrangement. The safe with 4-digit lock has been moved from the STARS office to on the second floor to the Eastern office on the first floor, 2236, Raccoon Police Liaison Department. Patrol Report. Patrol Report, September 20th, 9:30 p.m. Reporter, Sergeant Neil Carlson. We've received a report of suspicious individuals skulking around the sewers in the outskirts of Raccoon City. I searched the area and located the individual, but he ran away before I was able to question him. I recovered the following items: a small amount of C4 plastic explosive, an electrical detonator, 9x19 per album rounds, infrared scope broken. End of report. Operation Report 1. Operation Report, September 26th. The Raccoon Police Department was unexpectedly attacked by zombies. Many have been injured, even more were killed. During the attack, our communications equipment was destroyed, and we no longer have contact with the outside. We have to decide to carry out an operation with the intent of rescuing any possible survivors, as well as to prevent this disaster from spreading beyond Raccoon City. The details of the operation are as follows. Security of armaments and ammunition. Chief Irons have voiced concern regarding the issue of terrorism due to a series of the recent unsolved incidents. On the very day before zombies attacked, he made the decision to relocate all weapons to scattered intervals throughout the building as a temporary measure to prevent their possible seizure. Unfortunately, this decision has made it extremely difficult for us to locate all ammunition caches. It has been our top priority to recover these scattered munitions. To unlock the weapons storage, as stated earlier, it will be extremely difficult to secure all the ammunition. However, a considerable supply still remains in the underground weapons storage. Unfortunately, the person in charge of the card key used to access the weapon storage is missing, and we have been unable to locate the key. One of the breakers went down during the battle, and the electronic locks are not functioning in certain areas. It has become a top priority to restore power in the power room and secure those locks. Recorder, David Ford. Operations report, September 27th, 1 p.m. The west barricade has been broken through and another exchange ensured. We sheltered the injured in the confiscation room on the first floor temporarily. 12 more people were injured in the battle. Recorder, David Ford. Additional report. 3 additional people were killed following the sudden appearance of an as-of-yet unknown creature. This creature is identified by missing patches of skin and razor-like claws. However, its most distinguishing characteristic is its lance-like tongue, capable of piercing a human torso in an instant. Their numbers as well as their location remains unknown. We have tentatively named this creature the Licker, and are currently in the progress of developing countermeasures to deal with this new threat. Operations Report 2. September 28th, early morning, 2:30 a.m. Zombies overran the operation room, and another battle broke out. We lost 4 more people, including David. We're down to 4 people, including myself. We failed to secure the weapons cache, and hope for our survival continues to diminish. We won't last much longer. We agreed upon a plan to escape through the sewers. There's a path leading from the precinct underground to the sewage disposal plant. We should be able to access the sewers through there. The only drawback is there is no guarantee the sewage disposal plant is free of any possible dangers. We know our chances in the sewers are slim, but anything is better than simply waiting here to die. In order to buy more time, we locked the only door leading to the underground, which is located in the eastern office. We left the key behind in the western office, since it's unlikely that any of those creatures have the intelligence to find it and unlock the door. I pray that this operation report will be helpful to whoever may find it. Recorder, Elliot Edward. Chris's diary. August 8th. I talked to the chief today once again, but he refused to listen to me. I know for certain that Umbrella conducted T-virus research in that mansion. Anyone infected turns into a zombie. But the entire mansion went up in that explosion, along with any incriminating evidence. Since Umbrella employs so many people in this town, no one is willing to talk about the incident. It looks like I'm running out of options. August 17th. We've been receiving a lot of local reports of strange monsters appearing at random throughout the city. This must be the work of Umbrella. August 24th. With the help of Jill and Barry, I finally obtained information vital to this case. Umbrella has begun research on the new G-virus, a variation of the original T-virus. Haven't they done enough damage already? We talked it over and have decided to fly to the main Umbrella HQ in Europe. I won't tell my sister about this trip, because doing so could put her in danger. Please forgive me, Claire. Memo to Leon. To Leon S. Kennedy. Congratulations on your assignment to the Raccoon City Police Department. We all look forward to having you as part of our team and promise to take good care of you. Welcome aboard from all the guys at the RPD. Watchman's Diary. August 11th. I finally had the chance to see blue skies for the first time in ages. but it did little to lift my spirits. I was reprimanded by the chief for neglecting my duties while I was up on the clock tower. There's only one thing I still don't understand. The chief seemed to be more concerned about the fact that I was up on the tower rather than that I was neglecting my duties. Why was accessing to the tower prohibited in the first place anyway? September 5th. I recently talked to the old man who works in the scrapyard out back. His name is Thomas. He's a quiet man and he really seems to enjoy chess. He even went so far as to design a special key and lock engraved with chess pieces on them for one of the doors in the disposal yard. We made plans to play chess tomorrow night. I can't help but wonder how good he is. One thing that's been bothering me about him is the way that he's always scratching himself. Does he have some sort of skin disease, or is he just rude? September 9th. Thomas was a much better player than I had imagined. I used to think of myself as a fairly decent player, but he did a pretty good job of humbling me. About the only thing I can imagine that could match his skills in chess is his appetite. All the guy did was talk about food throughout the entire game. He sounded fairly healthy, but he didn't look quite right. I wonder if he's okay. September 12th. I was supposed to play another game of chess with Thomas, but we had to cancel it because he hasn't been feeling too well. He stopped by to see me, but I told him to go back and rest since he literally looked like The Walking Dead. He insisted that he was just fine, but I could tell he was really having problems. Come to think of it, I haven't been feeling too good myself lately. Chief's Diary. September 23rd. It's all over. Those imbeciles from Umbrella have finally done it. Despite all their promises, they've ruined my town. Soon the streets will be infested with zombies. I'm beginning to think that I may even be infected myself. I'll kill everyone in town if this turns out to be true. September 24th. I was successful in spreading confusion among the police as planned. I made sure that no one from the outside will come to help. With the delays in police action, no one will have the chance to escape my city alive. I've seen to it personally that all escape routes from inside the precincts have been cut off as well. There are several survivors still attempting to escape through the lower levels, but I'll make sure no one gets out. September 26th. I've had a change of heart about the remaining survivors inside the precinct. I've decided to hunt them down myself. I shot Ed in the back through the heart less than an hour ago. I watched him writhe in pain on the floor in a pool of his own blood. The expression on his face was positively exquisite. He died with his eyes wide open, staring at me. It was beautiful. I wonder if the mayor's daughter is still alive. I'll let her escape so I can enjoy hunting her down later. I'm going to enjoy my new trophy, yes. Frozen forever in the pose I choose to give her. Secretary's Diary B. June 8th, as I was straightening up the chief's room, he burst through the door with a furious look on his face. It had only been 2 months since I started working here, but that's the second time I've seen him like this. The last time was when I bumped into that statue. Only this time he looked even more agitated than ever. I seriously thought for a moment that he was going to hurt me. June 15th. I finally discovered what the chief has been hiding all along. If he finds out that I know, my life will be in serious danger. It's getting late already. I'm just gonna have to take this one day at a time. Film B. Pictured in front of the Arcus Taylor regressed into a zombie within 2 hours. Subject repeatedly complained about severe agitation of the epidermis in addition to feeling of nausea that happened up to the moment he lost consciousness. Picture by R. Lambert. Film D. Recruit. Mail to the Chief. To Mr. Brian Irons, Chief of the Raccoon City Police Department. We have lost the Mansion Lab facility due to the actions of the renegade operator Albert Wesker. Fortunately, his interference will have no lasting efforts upon our continued virus research. Our only present concern is the presence of the remaining STARS members Redfield, Valentine, Burton, Chambers, and Vickers. If it comes to light that the STARS have any evidence as to the activities of our research, dispose of them in such a manner that would appear to be purely accidental. Continue to monitor their progress and make certain their knowledge does not go public. Annette will continue to be your contact throughout this affair. William Birkin. To Mr. Brian Irons, Chief of the Raccoon City Police Department. I have deposited the amount of US $10,000 to the account for your services. This term, as per our agreement, the development of the G-virus scheduled to replace the T-virus is near completion. Once completed, I am certain that I will be appointed to be a member of the executive board from Umbrella Inc. It is imperative that we proceed with extreme caution. Redfield and the remaining STARS members are still attempting to uncover information on the project. Continue to monitor their activities and block all attempts to investigate the underground research facilities. William Birkin. To Mr. Brian Irons, Chief of the Raccoon City Police Department. We have a problem. I have received information informing me that Umbrella HQ has sent spies to recover my research on the G-virus. There are an unknown number of agents involved. They must not be allowed to take this project away from me, as it represents my entire life's work. Search the city thoroughly for any suspicious persons. Detain any such individual by whatever means deemed necessary, and contact me immediately through Annette with the precautions any possible threat should be eliminated. I will not allow anyone to steal my work on the G-virus, not even Umbrella. Film C. Development Code T103. Due to accelerated metabolism relative to the earlier 00 series, this subject possesses exemplary regenerative capabilities. PHXO16 file data. Sewer manager facts. User list of the connecting facility on the 1st and 3rd of Wednesdays of the month. Angelica Margaret, Chief of the Maintenance, will make use of the facilities. Be sure to reduce the moisture levels in the facilities by activating the fan, as the equipment she will be using is susceptible to the effects of water vapor. On the 28th of every month, the chemical transporter Don Weller will use the facility. The chemicals he will be transporting are extremely volatile. Extreme caution should be observed throughout the transport. On the 6th and 16th of every month, Police Chief Brian Irons will visit the facility to attend the regular meetings that take place in the lab. On the 4th Friday of every other month, William Birkin will use the facility to conduct a training seminar for the Chicago branch of Umbrella Inc. As the probability of an attack upon Dr. Birkin will be high, take every measure conceivable to guard his life. You will be informed of all other potential visitors and the times they will arrive as needed. Guide these individuals to their destination safely. We expect nothing but the best from you. Charles Coleman, Secretary Chief, Umbrella Headquarters. Sewer Manager Diary. June 28th. It's been a while, but I saw Don today, and we talked after completing our work. He told me he had been sick in bed until yesterday. It really doesn't come as much of a surprise given how long he's been working here. He was sweating like a horse and kept scratching his body while we were talking. I asked if he was hot, but he just looked at me funny. What's wrong with him anyway? July 7th. Chief Irons has been visiting the labs quite often lately. I don't know what he's doing over there, but he always looks grim. The expression on his face has been even more unsettling than usual. My guess is that it's because of Dr. Birkin's impossible request. Chief has my sympathies, though. After all he's done for the town, he doesn't deserve this. July 21st. I rarely drink because I'm on the graveyard shift, but I don't suppose I have much to complain about since this is how I make my living. August 16th. Chief Irons came in late today, looking grimmer than his usual self. I tried to joke with him to cheer him up, but he wasn't amused. He pulled his gun and threatened to shoot me. I was able to calm him down, but that guy must have some serious problems. He knows he can't enter the lab without my help and my medal. This is what it means for the chief to serve and protect. August 21st. William informed me that the police and media have begun their investigation on Umbrella's affairs. He said that the investigation will be citywide and that there is a possibility they'll even search through the sewers. He asked me to suspend all Umbrella sewer facility operations until the investigation has concluded. The sewers will still be used for passage, but he stressed that I have to be extremely cautious and that I'd lose my job if anyone finds out about this operation. P explosion report. Investigation report on P expulsion gas. This report demands immediate attention. The P expulsion gas has been proven capable of incapacitating all known BOWs. As such, it has been designated for emergency usage in the event of a BOW escape. Reports based upon data collected during prior incidents indicate the potential for negative side effects. The P expulsion gas has been proven to weaken BOW's cellular functions. However, prolonged or repeated exposure will result in the creation of adapted antibodies to the agent. Furthermore, some species have been observed to absorb the P expulsion gas as a source of nutrition and use the toxins extracted against anything perceived as a threat. Use of the P expulsion gas should be severely limited to extreme cases only. We strongly request the authority to re-evaluate the P expulsion gas deployment system. We would like this new re-evaluation to take place immediately. Second R&D room security team. User registration. Temporary users registration for the culture experiment room. Username guest, password none, valid for 24 hours. Lab security manual. Security measures in case of an emergency and the instance of an uncontainable biohazardous breakout. All security measures will be directed towards the underground transport facility. In the instant that any abnormalities are detected among cargo in transit, and materials will automatically be transported from the loading zone to the designated high-speed train, at which point all materials will be isolated and disposed of immediately. In the instance of a Class 1 emergency, the entire train will be purged and disposed of without delay. In the instance that the lab itself becomes contaminated, the northernmost route currently used to transport material to and from the facility will be designated as emergency escape route. This route will secure passage to the relay point outside the city limits. Disclosure about any information regarding research conducted here or the existence of this facility is strictly prohibited, since it is top priority to keep all research classified. Escape access may be denied under certain extenuating circumstances. Film A. Code J. Human Body Experiment 915-1524. Vaccine synthesis. Instructions for synthesis of the G-virus antigen, G-virus code named Devil. Any beings infected by the G-virus will reproduce through the impregnation of an embryo with another living being. Unless rejected by the host, the embryo will undertake a process of gradual cellular invasion, infecting the host cells on a molecular level as it rewrites their DNA. Once the metamorphosis is complete, the host will be capable of continuing the cycle of self-replication. The duration of time for the process to run its course will vary from subject to subject. In the early stages of cellular invasion, it is possible to halt progression of the metamorphosis through the administration of the G-virus antigen. The following procedure details its synthesis. The vaccine creation requires the base vaccine. This can be arranged by the activator VAM. First, set the empty cartridge to the VAM and activate it. After several moments, the process will be complete and the white-colored base vaccine will be set in the cartridge automatically. Then confirm the green light is on, remove the cartridge, and proceed to the next step. Once the base vaccine has been prepared, set it in the vaccine synthesis machine located in the P4 level experiment room. The machine is fully automated and only requires the user to push the subsequent start switch. At this point, the program will run automatically and synthesis will be complete within approximately 10 seconds. As the synthesis of the Devil is an extremely delicate process, the quality will vary with slight shocks or changes in temperature. Careful handling is required for the proper result. And that does it for all the non-Nintendo exclusive files, which that'll be its own video. Can you piece the story of RE2 from just these files alone? No. Yes and no. You can easily piece a lot of this together. You can see how the chief became a madman, or maybe he always was that way, enjoying watching people die, snuffing their life out. I mean, taxidermy used to be his hobby, so this is the next step in his eyes. You understand what Wesker did from the first game is kind of going to be blowing back on everybody, even though they don't think that yet. You understand what the G-Virus is, who created it, and I've always found it funny that there's always been a cure in these games, but most of the time they never really think about doing that, although they do in this game. Yeah, the story of RE2, I usually play it all the time, and I don't look at the files, so it's definitely understandable without them. But there are some things where the characters would jump to conclusions like, yeah, you need those files. the early files really tell you the fall of the RPD right before Leon and Claire's arrival, and it paints a pretty sad picture, which, you know, I mean, there was no escape, not with Chief Irons the way he was. All the ammo dispersed everywhere, like, yeah, he wanted everybody to die. Which I've always found it so weird that he wasn't caught up in, like, zombies or something before William showed up, you know? But you can piece together all the villainy, at least. But I'd still recommend, at the end of the day, RE2, even though it's a very bare bones port, it's only $9.99. If you have a PS5, come on. And if you have a PC, you can just get it for free. It is easily the best out of the trilogy. You can piece together a lot from just the files alone, and I'd say you'd probably get most of the story that way, but this is a game that demands to be played. It demands your attention, and every moment of this gameplay is perfect. Like, tank controls, bruh, so good. It's just anytime I go, this is the RE game I'm thinking of when I'm playing an RE game that is boring or just trash, like RE0, so boring, RE6, so boring. I'm like, wait a minute, I could just be playing RE2, and that's what I do, you know. It's just a perfect game. There is nothing. It's the only downside to this game is that the franchise never got this good again. RE3, no thank you. I like RE3, but it's terrible when I compare it to the game that came right before it. It doesn't innovate nearly enough. I do plan on covering all the games after I do all these file things at some point. But yeah, you can piece together pretty much the whole story. Like I said, you figure out why William is what he did, making the G-Virus. You figure out why almost everyone's dead outside of Marvin once you get to the RPD. If the zombies didn't get to him, Chief Irons did, which that's very sad. And RIP to the RPD, you know. But I strongly recommend you go and buy this game if you have the funds or the way to get it. Capcom released this on Xbox One. What is your problem? Why do you hate money? Why do you hate your fans? So I will see y'all next time. It will not be RE3. I know. How can that be? That's the next game in the timeline. Well, as I alluded to earlier, the N64 got its own special files for some reason that kind of bridges the gap up to this point of what's been going on in Resident Evil. And I guess it's for people who couldn't buy a PS1, so you know what's going on. Yeah, that'll be sooner than the break from part 1 to part 2 was. But yeah. And I'm not covering 1.5. I don't think that has files. But yeah, I will see you all in the next one. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and don't forget, it's up to us to take out Umbrella.